Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quick Brit Games. So, Gamescom is almost here, and that means we got to talk about what we can expect in terms of LEGO games at the event. If you don't know, Gamescom is a huge event that takes place every year in Germany in mid to late August. This year, the big opening night show where they make all the major announcements will be on Tuesday, August 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is tomorrow on the day that this video is coming out. What makes this event significant in terms of what we talk about on this channel is that TT Games, the developers of all your favorite LEGO games, have a pretty good track record of showing up at Gamescom. Just to give you several examples here, LEGO Rock Band had gameplay at Gamescom 2009, LEGO Star Wars 3 showed up at 2010's Gamescom, LEGO Harry Potter Years 5 through 7 was at 2011, Lord of the Rings was at 2012, Marvel Superheroes 2013, Batman 3 2014, LEGO Dimensions showed up at both 2015 and 2016's Gamescom events, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 at 2017, and then LEGO DC Supervillains showed up at Gamescom 2018. Now, the first year in like the past decade or so that they didn't show up at Gamescom was 2019. If you remember, this was just after they announced LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga at E3 2019 in June of that year, so they had just made an announcement a few months earlier. So there was no appearance at Gamescom 2019, but then they did show up again 2 years in a row to show off LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga in both 2020 and 2021 with new trailers. The following year after that, TT Games again skipped Gamescom 2022, just like they did in 2019. However, this made sense because they had just released LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga earlier that year, so they would have still been early in development on their next title. So then that brings us up to 2023. In early 2023, we did start to get leaks from the comments section of an article on fanbyte.com. I'll link that article in the description, but apparently TT Games has had a lot of projects canceled in the aftermath of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. But the most recent leaks or rumors is that TT Games is working on both a new LEGO Batman / DC game of some sort and a new LEGO Harry Potter game. Now, Warner Brothers has somewhat recently announced that they are going to do a rebooted Harry Potter show on HBO to release in 2026. So personally, I think that TT Games would opt to release a new LEGO Harry Potter game at around the same time as that new TV show in 2026, so maybe they could release a new LEGO Harry Potter in late 2026. And then about 1 year ago at this time, I debunked rumors of the LEGO Harry Potter game showing up at Gamescom 2023, as this came up from a completely fake leak, and the creator of that leak ended up releasing a video afterwards showing how he made it. So yeah, that was phony, and TT Games was a no-show at Gamescom 2023. So now we're in 2024, and it's been over 2 years since the release of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, so I think it's much more likely that the rumored LEGO Batman game would release first, rather than LEGO Harry Potter, since that TV show is in 2026. So maybe we could get a LEGO Batman game maybe late in 2025. But okay, so Gamescom 2024 is now upon us. Do I think TT Games will show up with a LEGO Batman 4 at this event? If you asked me several months ago, I would have said it's likely, but now that Gamescom is here, I'm starting to kind of have my doubts. And this is one reason why. We haven't really had any sort of legit leaks or rumors of TT Games' next title since early 2023. I would think by now we would have had at least some sort of rumblings about the next game. There's not really anyone in the mainstream gaming circles predicting TT Games to show up at Gamescom tomorrow. And in general, it's actually really challenging to make any sort of good prediction here, because typically when you make predictions on the future, you based it on what's happened in the past. The problem is TT Games has never gone this long in the history of all of their games. They've never gone this long without at least announcing their next game. For example, in 2019, they released the LEGO Movie game in February of that year. Then they announced Skywalker Saga about 4 months later, so there was only a 4-month period where we didn't know what they were working on next. You know, 5-10 years ago in the past, we would have gotten like 2 to 3 LEGO games released during this time period, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. But my point is, it's difficult to know what TT Games is going to do when we're sort of in uncharted territory right now. Now, WB Games, who is the publisher who owns TT Games, is confirmed to be at Gamescom 2024, at least in some capacity. Jeff Keighley, who hosts all of these gaming events, did post on X that Batman Arkham Shadow, which is a WB game, will be there during the big opening night live show. Now, does that mean TT Games will be there with their game? No, not really, but at least WB will have some sort of presence there, which I guess makes it slightly more likely or possible. My hope is that we get some sort of a CGI trailer similar to what we got with Skywalker Saga at E3 2019, where they just officially announced the game with maybe a release window in fall 2025. You know, just something to get us hyped to finally give us confirmation of what this next LEGO game is so we can kind of start speculating on what's going to be in the game. And then I would expect them to go silent for the next 6 months or so, and then maybe start giving us trailers and gameplay throughout spring and summer of 2025 next year, and then release the game in fall, maybe in like October of 2025. That would be my ideal scenario. But if not, and we get nothing from TT Games at Gamescom, then the next likely time could be at the 2024 Game Awards, which typically happens in early December. But anyways, what do you guys think? Will TT Games announce their next game tomorrow? Just to change topics a little bit, this isn't a TT LEGO game, but I do think we'll get more news on the LEGO Horizon Adventures game, which is supposed to release this holiday, so I imagine we'll get a solid release date for that. And then 1010 Games has confirmed that they will be at Gamescom with Funko Fusion in some capacity as well. I don't expect 1010 Games to have a trailer during the big opening night show, but I imagine they will be on the show floor in some capacity, maybe with some more gameplay and news. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video, so let me know in the comments below what you think. Like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.